You know what's funny? We're in this golden age of handheld gaming. New device dropping left, right and center, specs going through the roof and Windows on everything. RGB lights, dual screens and even Hall effect sticks. And yet the handheld that's slowly becoming the most beloved isn't even the most powerful. It's the Steam Deck OLED. Not because it wins the benchmark war, not because it streams Xbox Cloud flawlessly, because it does not, and not because it emulates PS3 games at 60 FPS. This isn't just another piece of gaming tech. This is the one handheld you should keep forever, and let's unpack why. When Valve dropped the original Steam Deck back in 2022, it was a bit of a gamble. I mean, Valve doesn't exactly have the best track record with hardware. Remember the Steam machines? Yeah, no one does. But the Steam Deck, it hits different. It wasn't just a PC in your hands, it was a declaration. A totally open, totally hackable Linux-powered, you-do-you gaming device. It didn't lock you into an ecosystem. It didn't treat you like a consumer, it treated you like an owner. You want to install Windows on this machine? Sure. You want to boot into a Linux desktop mode? Go ahead. Emulate every console up to the Switch with varying performance? Absolutely. Sure, it was messy, the fan was loud and the battery drained a bit fast on the original model, and that LCD screen looked washed out if you compared it to the latest and greatest at that time. But it had soul, you could feel it from the moment you picked it up. And then came the OLED. At first glance, the Steam Deck OLED doesn't scream revolution. It is still chunky, it has still the same overall silhouette, but once you powered it on, it's a totally different story. The display is absolutely stunning. We're talking about a 90Hz OLED panel with rich colors and, more importantly to me, true blacks. Suddenly games like Hades or Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't just run on the deck, they just really popped and shined. But Valve didn't stop at a screen upgrade. They redesigned the entire motherboard with a more efficient APU, they added a bigger battery and they improved the thermal performance. Even the fan is a bit more quieter as well. And repairability with the Steam Deck is still a huge win. Everything the original Steam Deck did well, the OLED does a little bit better. And the things it did poorly, it got improved. Now look, if you're just comparing raw specs, the Steam Deck OLED shouldn't be your first choice. The ROG Xbox Ally and the Lenovo Legion Go 2 both pack more power, more RAM and higher resolutions with a more aggressive pricing to match. So why does the Steam Deck OLED feel so much better to use day in, day out? Valve understands that power means nothing without reliability. The OLED model runs cooler, quieter and smoother, especially in SteamOS, where every update just gets better and better. And speaking of SteamOS, SteamOS is the not-so-secret sauce that makes the Steam Deck feel timeless. It's not just a launcher, it's a fully integrated Linux-based operating system built for handhelds. Proton compatibility is insane right now. Games that wouldn't dream of running on Linux 2 years ago right now run flawlessly. And if something breaks, there is an amazing community to fix it within 24 hours. You are never alone with this device. Valve keeps shipping updates that feel tailored to the player. Performance tweaks, UI improvements, game mode updates, and even the little stuff like per game performance profiles or controller layouts with Steam input. And I've been playing with that a lot lately and I love it so much. It feels like this OS was designed with the gamer in mind, and the best part, there's no bloat, no ads, no nagging, just you and sure, a Steam account with your games. Okay, now let's get personal. Why do I think that this is the one handheld you should keep forever? It's not just because of the specs or the OS or the support, it's about the memories. This is the handheld I handed to a friend who hadn't touched handheld gaming in years and brought him back right into it. This is the device where I've actually finished most of my Steam games in my library. Every scratch on this shell, every fingerprint on the screen, every tweak to every fan curves, it all adds up. It really becomes your machine. Try getting that feeling from a cloud gaming subscription or a disposable Android handheld. There is something about the Steam Deck that invites you. It doesn't rush you, it doesn't overwhelm you with settings from the start, but if you want to tweak them, you are able to. It revived handheld gaming for me in a way that I didn't expect. For the longest time we had one major player in this space, and that was Nintendo, and they held it down for a good while, no doubt. But now it feels like the floodgates have opened. Everyone wants a piece of the handheld gaming pie again. And for me, the Steam Deck is the spark that lit that fire. This handheld isn't trying to be everything for everyone. It's not chasing the most cores or the thinnest frame. It's built to last, and Valve is not abandoning it anytime soon. Quite the opposite. They are building an ecosystem, not a product line with a yearly throwaway. SteamOS updates still rolling, verified games lists still growing, and compatibility fixes are constant. And with the rise of emulation, indie titles, cloud streaming, and game preservation, the Steam Deck OLED is set up to be one device that keeps doing everything you want longer after your phone is probably obsolete or your next console is collecting dust. So yeah, there are flashier handhelds. There are faster ones, prettier ones, but none of them feels like this. The Steam Deck OLED is more than a console, it's more than a PC, it's a piece of gaming history that still feels ahead of its time. And if you ask me, it's the one handheld worth holding on to, not just for what it does today, but for what it represents forever. Now I want to hear from you. If you've got the Steam Deck OLED, how has your experience been so far? Is this your go-to device, or is there another handheld that has stolen your heart? Let's talk in the comments down below, share your story, let's build a little archive of deck memories together, because this thing is built to last. I thank you all for watching, hit that like button if this has resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe for more Steam Deck videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.